it. I'm so happy. Okay, we need some concrete. We have red concrete. We need some of that. Need some of you. Thank you. Okay, we've got our green concrete. Now I have to convert it. If only I had a farm to do this for me. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 5. We're going to start off with, well, converting all this concrete. I'm going to be making a sugarcane farm and I want it to be green. Very green. So, I need to convert all this concrete and then we can start building a nice sugarcane farm. This is going to be one of the steps to cleaning up our area. We want to get rid of all this ugly sugarcane over here. And then the next project after that might be clearing up this. I have a lot of little odd jobs I need to do outside of just the stuff in the to-do list. Not to mention, you know, doing that means I have to move the cactus farm, I have to move the carrot farms and that, and then these pumpkin farms. So they're all little jobs. They just can't be moved and just destroyed. I need to, you know, turn them into farms elsewhere that look good and are not cluttering up my nice area. But I still can't get over that house behind me. I want to build another one. I just have to. Change of plan. Yoink. Aha, 90. Now we've got the taller tower. For your information, that's 90 tall, which means it's about 108 diamond blocks, or sorry, diamond ore blocks, which comes out to be about 3 stacks, maybe just a little over 3 stacks of actual diamonds, assuming you get 2 diamonds per ore. Of course, we can get up to 4, but you can't guarantee that. So on average, if we end up with 2. Okay, welcome. So before I go do the sugarcane farm, I figured I should show you this off before it gets too late into the episode and I forget. Here is our gold farm. So this is the biggest one I've built so far, and it is very efficient. It uses I'm not quite sure about 30,000 obsidian? 30k obsidian? I don't know. Wonder helped me build it, so my stats aren't complete. But I placed 10.7 thousand obsidian. And as you can see, I only mined this much, which shows you I did not get it through traditional mining. But we still have a bunch here. A bunch of obsidian still is here, ready to upgrade the farm. And we are full on gold. Yeah. This farm can still be improved, and I think I'll plan to shortly. But if we turn off sounds before it gets too messy, we can jump up here and we can watch it work. So if I go into spectator mode, we can see that they're not angry at me yet. But if I just bop this one on the head here, they'll all come charging. And this will also stop lag on the server, because if we stay here, this farm is fairly dangerous. If we stay here without attacking them and causing aggro, very quickly we can just really kill the server in terms of lag, just because of the sheer amount of piglins that come out, and that they don't despawn, and they don't stop spawning either. So it will just keep piling up, and very quickly I can hurt the server severely. Anyway, with this I can repair all my tools and that pretty much instantaneously. The only downside to this at the moment is that because there is the sheer amount of piglins, it actually takes some time for XP to come and hit us. Because the XP is constantly combining, because of a new additional piglins are dying, it sometimes doesn't have time to actually give us the XP. But that's, yeah. Anyway, I think it's time we get the sugarcane farm going. And if you're wondering, this is what it sounds like if you don't turn sounds off. It's not very nice. Okay, we're back and our sugarcane farm is done. We haven't quite done the exterior side of it and made it look nice. But this is how the farm's going to be, and I think it's big enough. So this is a design by Tango Tech. I've only modified it slightly because of some mechanics that have changed in... I don't know when they did change actually, but I don't think it's better than his. I'm not sure if it's an improvement or an actual downgrade. But his version was made in 1.5, but in recent versions, his version would use iron fence or iron bars. Instead, I've gone up a single block higher, and then I've got glass here to support the water on the second layer. Because previously this wouldn't happen, but now it does. Where oops. I did have it the right way. Yeah, iron bars now connect to the piston heads. They never used to, so it was able to push the sugarcane perfectly. Now that they connect, this can block the sugarcane and cause it to end up stuck on the blocks here. Either way, that can still happen, and I think we might be able to catch the occurrence of it, if we're lucky. Oh, there we go, see? There's one lonesome sugarcane that will never be picked up. Then again, I'm not sure how it would happen if the next block... what would happen when the next sugarcane gets knocked off next to it if it would end up in the water stream. Anyway, we have a decent amount. This has been running for... I don't know how long, to be honest with you. But I'm happy with it. It gets us enough good sugarcane that we need. We don't need absorbent amounts of it. I'm not making a library or building a million rockets. Just enough to get us going. So now I think it is time that we get to finish some of the things on the to-do list. Namely, finishing my interiors and the main house. Because I do want to really start building my mega base soon, and yeah, we need to clear up some of the other things we need to do before doing that. So let's head off and go start doing that. Okay, it's about time we get some of these interiors done. I don't know if I'll do them all today, but we'll start with some of them. We'll do some this episode and probably some of the next. So this room doesn't need much work, but since we're not using it as storage anymore, we can give it a bit of a remodel. So let's see how that will look. Oh, we're looking at a wall. So yeah, I've done the interiors, not too many. Oh, we got a visitor, hold on. You're so hard to hit. Okay. Ignoring that distraction. So in here, we've now turned this room into a kitchen. So before it was kind of like a tower's first entrance room, like kind of an office. But now we've got a bit of a kitchen. We've got our cabinet, bench space kind of thing. Probably, you know, and then we've got our main bench, actual bench space with a sink. And I didn't pronounce the words correctly. But then in here we've got our walk-in pantry. So we've got our food stores and shelving, and then of course we got our main island, which is where we actually cook. So yeah, it's pretty right. I'm not too sure about the height of the room. I've lowered it a decent bit, but even at this height it feels a little awkward with this room, with this height. I could mess around with it, but I'm still fairly happy with it. But we've done more than just that. If we come around this side, we have a new staircase. So now you cannot get up to the second floor from inside the building. We have to come around here. And this is where, you know, the regular people would enter. So I spent some time talking to Wanda about this, and she came up with the idea that this should be an inn, like a tavern. And I thought that was great because I explained to her this is like kind of be like the first building in the area. Hold on. So, you know, her area is over there, and we're right near the shore, so we don't want to go much further out this way. So it makes sense. This is kind of an inn tavern kind of area. So yeah, this is like the entrance area. We'd have the tavern keeper there, and you can take off your coats and muddy boots and put them on the coat to dry, and then you can come in here to have a drink or eat, and then through here will be rooms. This will be the smaller rooms, and this will be the bigger rooms. Now I haven't done these because I've had enough of interior design for the moment. I can only stomach so much, or this video will take forever for me to finish. But also, Wanda did say she would come by and give her a try at one of these rooms. So we're going to get her to take over and do a little bit. Since I did her doorbell and that, might as well trade expertise. Anyway, I've got a few other things to do, and I want to move on from that to something I'm better experienced at. But firstly, I happen to have a shovel in this shulker box that I found. So I was cleaning up some of my shulkers and other things. My storage is getting quite messy these days. But yeah, so we finished off the gold one. I broke it without recording. I'm sorry about that. I forgot to record that. But yeah, this used to say the gold farm, and we've finished that now. We're getting there. If I could, I'd throw some marks to that. And this one is getting there as well. But before we start knocking off some more of those signs, I need to return this shovel. But instead of just returning it as is, I'm thinking we will give a little gift at the same time. So, Wanda has been working very hard on trying to get the perfect horse, or at least a very, very fast horse. And they're very hard to find. And the breeding mechanic does not work on your favor, since it only goes up, well, as you get higher, the increment that it will go up is smaller and smaller and smaller. And not only is it smaller, but it's also, you only got a chance of it going up. So you might breed 5 times, and none of those times would even go up by 0.1. So it's just ridiculous. Anyway, so I grabbed some of my wheat here. So she uses a lot of wheat up, way more than I can possibly give her. But I just figured I'd give her some of that, and I'm going to go get some golden carrots while I go trade with the villagers, and we'll go give that to her, and hopefully that will give her a little bit of a helping hand and getting those horses. Okay, we're here. So, whoops, no, I honestly did that on purpose. Anyway, so I expected to get more. So some of these are what I was eating earlier, but that's fine. Obviously, she's been using the traders quite a lot, and it would be ideal if we got some more, because right now the rate of getting emeralds and the things we need from the villages is pretty low. But it's honestly not on the cards at the moment. I have so many other things I want to do first, and adding more layers, or increasing the amount of villages is pretty low on it. Though we can do it with only little effort, so it might happen. Anyway, we'll just drop this right here. We'll put in what wheat I do have, and some golden carrots, and why not a few emeralds that I got along the way. That's not that much, but hopefully it will be something. Ah, that fit. Yeah, she's the crazy horse lady now, so she can keep the shulker. I don't mind. It's only one shulker. I'll live. Okay, so now onto another task that has been long overdue. Okay, so it's time that we get good. So, I'm about the only person on the server left in diamond equipment. Now, it's not really that bad, and I haven't been really bothered because, yeah, while I have died a few times, it's kind of hard to die without, you know, being too close to creepers or, you know, like, yeah. But I have died a few times, mostly to my own stupidity. Either way, we need to get good. And so to get good means we have to get all the best equipment. Now most of our gear is pretty good. We've got all the best enchantments on most things, but we're missing the, well, the netherite. So it's time that we get that sorted. Let's head off to the nether. I've got my carbs, I've got my protein, and I've got 2 shulkers ready for anything I need to, anything I decide to keep. I don't think I'll be keeping much, but all that quartz I'll be keeping. So let's head over. Okay, there's our first one. So there we go. And we just get a 2 vein. So all I'm doing is I'm trying to head into the positive at the moment. But all we're doing is just a straight strip, and then we're carving out the sides. What I like to call butterflying. I don't know if there's a proper term for it, but that's the term. I'm not even sure I came up with it, but yeah, it's just we're going down a straight line and we're spreading our wings, and I've had decent success with this. So no bed mining. We don't need to do that, all that fancy crap. Alright, we're back, and we have 53, sorry, 43, jeez, I can't even count, 43. So that gives us 10 netherite bars, I think. Couldn't quite get the round number, I tried, but look at my pickaxes, they're pretty much broke. But we can fix those pretty easily. I've got my smelter over here, so if we turn this off, we wait. I should get some good XP from this. I don't know how much though. Oh dear, not enough at all. Or maybe it's repairing my other stuff. Either way, that doesn't matter. We can get rid of this. Oops. And then we can bring in the debris, and then we can let that cook up. And we can just chuck these back in the smelter, and that'll be sorted. Now we just wait. Alright, there we go, all cooked up. So now we grab some gold and we craft it. I think the recipe is just I have my thing turned on. That, there we go. I think it's just like that. Yep. So we have 3 scrap left over, but either way we can run over here and we can craft up all our stuff. So I might as well do my chest plate, even though it's not the best chest plate, it will do. So here goes, we'll do our sword. I'll have to name these later actually, do the hoe. And our armor. Yay! Alright, finally. We are worthy. We are worthy. Alright, so we're looking good now. I've just ran back to spawn. So I've kept this pickaxe as diamond, as I think I mentioned it before. But I'm keeping one pickaxe as a diamond pickaxe because it just simplifies knowing which one's which. My netherite is my silk touch and my diamond is my fortune. Since I keep both of them on at all times, it's just easier. You never know when you need each one. Either way, I have a decent amount of spare shulkers. This is not all of them, but I figured I should sell some. So we should change these sand into shulkers with sand. So what we're going to be doing is, I actually don't have a crafting bench here. Okay, there we go. It's all complete. We've got 4 stacks of sand in each shulker. So we're currently selling 12 shulkers as well. So come by and grab your shulker full of sand for 2 diamonds. Or you can still buy your regular 4 stacks of sand for a single diamond. I will change this sign in a minute, but either way, that's all we have time for in this episode. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.